now we started. Nothing happened before this. There was no time.
When last we left our party, the Battle of Ildrugfil had finally concluded. The party had defeated the Fang of Immolation and returned triumphant to Dragon's Rest. After ousting the invaders, the party set out on a search and rescue mission while helping to move injured dragons to where they can receive medical treatment. During the night, the dragons held up their end of the bargain and announced to the world their alliance with Hyar Kingdom and routed the enemy invasion of Far Ward. The following morning, the party were gifted with an enormous sum of money, as well as powerful magic items, as thanks for their hard work, and with their loot in hand, they returned home to Hyar Kingdom. While there were no major immediate threats to them for once, the party set about managing their territory. They welcomed new farmers and carpenters to their growing town and began setting up their industries. Erlan began finesse training with his troops, allowing them to be more aggressive in combat. Hyarkin created a new spell by modifying the lightning bolt. Risu went on a 2-week bender, spreading the legend of Taito the Dragon Slayer, and then her and Yolya went to Gareth's to replace their missing magic items. Yolya bought a new, slightly smaller bag of holding, and Risu bought some new strength gauntlets, replaced her portable hole, and got some new enchanted armour. Meanwhile, Ott bought a potion of stone giant strength and some new enchanted armour. Erlan negotiated with Gareth, and Gareth stated he might be interested in sending one of his apprentices to Hyar Kingdom to open up a potion shop to make things more convenient for all of you. And the party also took the opportunity to settle their debt to the King of Bulwark. That is now paid off. Eventually, Yolya managed to get a chance to speak with Seraphine, who admitted that she'd regained her memories and that she'd forgotten that she was supposed to help the party with getting rid of the cloud barrier. She asked if at some point Ott might be able to help get and use his information network to see how this might be accomplished. In the meantime, the party received a messenger from Bulwark which updated them on the state of the war, saying that thanks to the dragon's invasion of Far Ward, the enemies had been repelled, and the lack of a follow-up invasion might be because there's now a chance of retaliation from the dragons. Finally, the salvage crew that the party had hired absolutely ages ago to get the Mind Flayer ship finally returned, and the party opted to retrofit it to be their own personal ship for transport. And they hired a wizard from Phalanx to create a teleportation circle in Hyar King's tower. And that's basically where we ended the session, kind of suddenly, because I was doing a silly voice for the wizard, and it absolutely killed me. So,
all those minutes ago.
Yeah, can you remind us?
Only finally recorded.
Yeah. What was
he was like a
Already
big
killing
Chad. He was like, "Ha ha! What an unusual wizard's tower! Behold!"
Now
I
you
can do
need
it
to
at
bring
the
the
start of
session to an end, right?
Yeah. No, I can do
All
it
right,
at the
good
start
game.
of the session. Good game, everyone. Thanks.
Good game.
Let me just put on some background music, and I will set a scene. What I'd like to do, actually, is introduce Eldritch Minos properly, because we kind of just glossed over it last time. And, it's a fun thing for Rob.
Yeah.
So, we will say this is fairly early on in your 2 weeks. The construction on Eldritch Minos has finished, and they've had their grand opening to, the not very many people living on this island currently. And all of you decide to visit. You walk down the glass path to the restaurant, the thatched roof and sandstone walls clashing horribly with one another, and are welcomed in to see a halfling woman who seems to be attending the front desk. She immediately recognizes all of you, of course, and that's the recap I'm looking at rather than my notes. There we go. She immediately recognizes all of you, of course, and invites you in. She will rather than sort of like motioning towards the like main eating area, she'll call for one of the waiters and ask them to escort you to the VIP room in the back. And in the meantime, she will like come over to you all and shake your hand and introduce herself to you as what's her name? What did I call her? Shit.
Oh, I don't even know her name.
Well, you haven't met her yet. Hang on. Her name was Rosie Autumn Creek. There we go. And,
Good stripper name, that.
She's a halfling. So she like goes up to each of you, shakes your hand in turn, introduces herself to you. She doesn't need to get your names in return. But when she shakes your hand, she puts a note into. She slips a note into your hand, which is in Thieves' Cant.
I thought she was giving me money. I was expecting like a really subtle exchange of.
No, I mean, like, you are the owner of this business. You do earn money from this, but it's literally just opened.
I'll say it's. Does she secretively give me them, no? Or
She, like, makes a point of not being noticeable. I think, like, you guys have good enough perception where I'm not going to make you roll. She's not, like, a high-level character who could probably sneak around you guys. So, like, none of the other customers would have noticed that.
Okay, well,
But,
I will say thank you for greeting us, Rosie. You know, we're very grateful to have you as part of our team here at El Chicamino. And we hope to be doing more business and more interactions in the future.
Okay. The waiter will oh god, my cough. Usher you into a back room where, like, rather than going in through the like dining area, there's like a staff only door, and then like next to it is like the VIP room. And you're led into there, and it's a nice sort of like dimly lit, like candlelit room. A lovely table, all set out for each of you. It's not like super gaudy or anything. It's more just like a nice sort of pub atmosphere. And you will have a moment to, if you would like, translate the note, Robert.
Yeah, in the best possible way I can, with my slightly poor ability of translating. I don't need to do anything, do I? Just
no, you are able to do it. It just takes you like a minute or so. Essentially, the note is asking for instruction from you, whether or not you would like the others to be allowed to see the secret area.
right.
And the waiter is just sort of like standing, like arms folded behind his back, awaiting your response.
Yeah, I think it's fine for them to visit.
Okay.
Be
The waiter will nod his head and usher you all to stand up and say, if you wouldn't mind, we actually have a little bit more to show you. We'd like to give you a brief tour of the actual facilities. And we'll like make a point of like pulling out the chair for Art and leading you all, this time not into a VIP room, but into like a small staff office where it seems like a lot of the actual day-to-day running of the legal business is done here. And you see Rosie is already waiting in the staff room, and she walks up to a very big and quite flattering portrait of Ott hanging on the wall, and sort of like reaches under the portrait for like a seam and presses a button, and the portrait swings open silently like a door. leading into a passageway with a set of stairs, which seems to head into a basement.
Gosh, this
This
place is
music
so
is-
gory, I hate it.
This music is very epic for this, but
Yeah,
okay.
It should be.
And Rosie will sort of like offer to you and be, after you all, please. I'm sorry if it's a little bit cramped down there. We are still moving in.
No problem for me.
And I mean, you've had enough time to like do as many transformations as you need to at this point. I'm guessing you're a halfling again by now, Rob.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Previously, you were, I think, a dwarf.
I've lost track of.
I thought he was a turtle.
He was a turtle during the fight, and then he became a dwarf after.
Ah, right, yeah.
He was like a low poly PS1 dwarf. Anyway, so yeah, you are led into the basement underneath the actual inn, and I think the first way I would describe this place is it's just extremely cluttered. There are a bunch of like wooden desks, but you can barely actually see the desks because they're just piled with mountains of documents and reports, and like each of the walls is lined with like cork boards with like maps and notes pinned to them that are all like connected by like various rainbow colored strings. It's indecipherable. And Rosie will come down after you all and like wring her hands together and be like, right, I know it looks a little bit messy right now. We're still getting set up, still getting organized. There's a lot of information which needs to be filed away correctly. And she just sort of like shuffles some like documents off like a desk out of sight. And she says, this is the nerve center for your information organization. So, from here, we can make our reports to you, and you can give orders on anything you might like us to dig up information on. And like looking around the room, like looking at like the reports and stuff on the table, some of it is like personal information, some of it is like what appears to be like the equivalent of like criminal CVs, and a lot of it is just like boring like accounting documentation, but not accounts for this place, accounts for just what seem to be like random businesses in random cities. Like, you're sure that if you like spent time searching through this, it's probably a treasure trove of information. And Rosie will say, we've inherited quite a lot of information from the Match Sellers Guild in order to get us started. I'm sure not all of it is going to be relevant to your needs, but we can do as we are needed on your instructions. So my question to you, Rob, to get you started is, what would you like your network to be looking into? Now, previously you had considered asking them to look into Seraphine's request, whether or not it's possible to do anything with the cloud barrier. You'd also considered getting them to look into what you might find on the other side of the continent, what the actual state of affairs is there, ready for when you actually have to go there.
Yeah, I'm more opting towards finding out more information on the other side of the continent, just because like the cloud barrier to me is like a second.
Okay.
Secondary. Enjoying your chocolate nubbins,
I was about to say,
Alex?
Matt's just like stuffing his face. Or is it Matt?
I think
Is
it's
it
Alex.
Mm.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You mean?
Hulk
Just
smash
eating bag of
chocolate.
popcorn.
Bob.
Don't
Sorry.
mind me.
Yeah. So Rosie will then go ahead and begin directing your informants to dig up any information that they can on what's happening on the other side of the continent. She does warn you ahead of time that it might be difficult for them to get exact details. There is still a lot of difficulties actually getting any information across the absent range, for obvious reasons. But they should at least be able to get a general gist of what the situation over there is. She'll also let you know that she is aware that you guys are particular enemies of the Cult of Zernas, and that she will make sure that your organisation keeps an eye out for any activities relating to them.
Yeah, I was thinking about them. The guys with the eyes.
I mean, you have enough reason to believe that they were definitely involved with the invasion, so what's happening with them is something that you should probably get your information network looking into. With that, you are actually offered to be given some delicious chicken to eat, and you are escorted back to the VIP room where you all have a passable meal. I don't think El Chicminos is like a fine dining establishment, is it?
Passable. I mean, like KFC.
It's like
yeah, I imagine it's as good as KFC.
Oh, okay, because I was thinking more like a Marston's pub. Like, it's nice food.
Yeah, I'd rate Marston's above KFC.
Yeah. Okay, so you're thinking more like it's a KFC. Okay, so you have some fast food chicken, guys.
I was kind of hoping for medieval Jollibees.
I'm gonna I'll ask for a family bucket of birds.
What?
A family of deep fried
miscellaneous fantasy fowl.
birds. Yeah, exactly. No offense, Sarah. You know, just
I was just going to say, poor Risu. Here we are just consuming her, like,
relatives.
relative, yeah.
I
mean,
feel like
even
you
chickens
making a...
eat chicken.
That's very
Yeah,
true.
I mean, like,
yeah.
I feel like it's more of a microaggression, you guys, like, calling to attention that you guys are eating bird than just, like, eating bird.
I mean, like, the place is literally a bird diner.
Yeah. I think if Risu was uncomfortable, she probably just wouldn't have come.
Can Risu smell the deep fried chicken wings?
I assume I can smell it.
What's Risu's favourite type of bird to eat?
Probably chicken because it's plump.
Okay. Fantasy chicken.
Not fantasy.
Yeah,
fantasy
I think we'll just say that there's chickens.
Is fantasy chicken like the size of a T-Rex? Because, my god.
They come in like they're more like Stardew Valley chickens, like you can just get blue ones.
Can I have a blue one?
But they are otherwise identical to normal chickens. It's just their eggs are worth more.
One day
And
I hope
occasionally
to-
you get a dinosaur egg.
Yeah.
Man, Stardew Valley was fun.
Yes.
Anyway, with that, I will, unless anyone has any more business they want to attend to during your brief 2-week time scare, speak now, forever hold your peace. I will fast forward us.
Changes form.
What changes form? Do you want to roll 14 times? Do you want to just tell me what you want to be?
I don't know. Just
He wants to be the
I
man
thought
who
it was
walked
like
1,000
look-
We
miles.
want to roll?
look at
There's
the
a
drawer.
table.
Yeah, it's a table. I want to find out what's on the
Okay.
table.
Okay. Right. I'll pull up the table. Roll me a D100, Rubit.
100. 41.
Table 41. You become an elf.
Nice.
That is a ordinary high elf, not a dark elf.
Mwah, mwah.
You got 13 more days. You want to try again?
That's okay.
You happy being? How do you look as an elf, Robert?
Let me just make sure. I'm gonna search for what a high elf looks like. Art looks. What? All of these seem to look like the guy from The Witcher. Wait, no, not the guy from The Witcher. Yeah, all of them seem to look like what's his name?
Well, high elves are more like Tolkien elves. They're like, you know.
But white hair, pale skin, very chiseled cheeks.
Yeah, like Elrond. Actually, Elrond had black hair, but
Pointy ears. Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
they're Lord of the Rings elves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that you're just going to be like a very like handsome, chiseled, sort of regal-looking high elf?
So this is the best you've ever seen art before. Like all
Okay.
the other iterations or versions of art, like things he's transformed into, have all been like pretty nasty looking, like flaky skin, pimples, sort of fellas. But this is like as tidy, neat, plain skin as possible.
I just like the idea that like every day a completely different person walks down the stairs, dressed completely differently, sounds completely different, acts like completely different mannerisms,
And just says,
and
"Hi,
everyone's
I'm
just
Art."
like, "Are you Art?" This is hard to keep track of. So, at the end of your 2 weeks, you will be getting your delegate, your ambassador for the dragons arriving. And it is someone you are all familiar with. It is Francisca.
Oh.
Given you are right above her lair
Oh, yeah.
on the map, it would honestly be invading her territory to let anyone else come and live here. So, sorry. Oh, God. The, when she arrives, she does not do so as a dragon. She actually arrives in her dwarven form, travelling alongside one of the many ships, which is constantly bringing construction supplies to the island. And you will all be probably call. I think you'll like receive a sending spell the morning of from Francisca and say like, "Hi, I'm going to be arriving this morning at the harbour tower. If someone wants to like show me where I can set up and where I can stay." I know, Sarah, you'd previously mentioned that you wanted bunk beds.
Yeah, let's go.
Dragon bunk beds. Don't
we
get
have-
night terrors.
Do we have like a Marriott hotel on this island?
You haven't built one yet. You've got kind of a shanty town,
Kind of
a chicken-themed restaurant, an elevator, and a keep at the moment.
Wow, man.
We got to get a Hilton's here, guys. Top
Freaking
priority.
luxury, man, here.
I'm
You
guessing
know.
that the chicken restaurant is the most expensive looking place in the area.
I'd say that the really big keep with the wizard tower is the most expensive, but like chicken-themed restaurant is, you know, second place.
Can we build an onsen next,
It
guys?
feels like London.
Could
There's
do.
like the city,
Little public
Canary
bathhouse.
Wharf, then poverty.
It's
Yeah.
not like poverty, it's just that like houses are still being repaired and
Yeah.
like at the minute they're living in like tents or they're like, you know, patchwork jobs like repairing the mostly standing buildings.
Sounds about right.
Anyway, shall we actually crack on with something?
Yeah.
So, you all go down to the harbour tower to greet Francisca upon her arrival. One thing worth mentioning is that Zeltar is noticeably absent. Ordinarily, he seems to like greeting anyone coming to the island, but he has not shown up this morning. Doesn't take you long before Francisca comes down on like one of the cargo elevators as they are unloading like lumber and stone ready to resume construction work, and she will like wave to you all. It's very clear, like immediately, that she hasn't fully healed from the battle at Dragon's Rest. There's still like a stiffness in the movement, and you can just sort of like see the tip of the like lightning scar that she got, like peeking above the neckline of her robes. But she will come and say hi to you all and say, well, I know it's not been very long, but it's nice to see you all under less dire circumstances. In terms of official businesses here, I don't really know whether it's best for me to be staying here on the island, whether that might make any of the, residents here on the island uncomfortable. Obviously, my lair is nearby anyway. I know that you're able to get in contact with me.
And just be a dragon self. Fuck it. Just full on.
I mean,
Transform, yeah.
Yeah, just full on do it.
They got
No,
to
we
get used to
are-
the dragons being here.
No,
at some stage.
Jesus Christ, don't.
she looks at you guys reproachfully as like, I'm not sure that's a good idea, and then you guys like, no, I was joking, don't.
Oh, it wasn't.
I definitely was.
She says, I know we are officially allies, and in an ideal world, the people living here in High Isle Kingdom would be comfortable with the sight of dragons, but I think it might be a little bit early for that.
Shame.
She says, I don't really... I've never really been like an official dignitary before. My understanding was just sort of the Queen told me to be close at hand in case you ever like needed me so that you could use me to talk to Dragon's Rest. I mean, I have my own things that I wanted to work on now that I'm back home, but that's not anything urgent.
Yeah, that's fine. We have no idea what we're doing anyway, so, peace in the pod.
Never have.
That's also very true.
She just kind of looks at you all. I think this is the first time I've ever seen you guys and you haven't been in an enormous rush to go somewhere and get killed.
I think it's good that we're taking downtime.
She nods and says, I hope it lasts. And I'm guessing that you lead her back to the keep and show her to her and Risu's shared quarters. She takes one look at the bunk bed and is too polite to say anything. She's just like, oh, I've never slept in a bunk bed before.
Yeah, that'd be great.
She's like, yes.
At this point, I turn to just one of the people like wandering the keep, so just get a spare room set up, just in case she doesn't want to stay in the bunk bed.
I imagine that like Risu has like made a pillow nest on the top bunk.
And it's not for me.
Made of twigs.
Oh, okay. You like tried to make it as like inviting as like she would assume that it's for you, so she'd go to sit on the bottom bunk.
Reese is just in the bed, like, and this is for you, pointing at it. I just said, it's like, I'm getting a second room set up if you don't want to be in here.
Where is
2
it? The Harbour
seconds.
Tower or the Keep?
At the keep.
Yeah, you're at the keep. Sorry, having a coughing fit. So yeah, you guys, you are brought to the keep. Coming to the end of the 2 weeks now, Ott, you can at some point have received a report from Elchick Minos, given that we're time skipping the amount of time it would actually take them to research into this. Essentially, the information comes in 2 parts. There is the surface of the continent, as in below the clouds, where business appears to be as more or less what passes for usual there. The general lay of the land is that it is largely small, decentralized settlements with a lot of mobility and a lot of interdependence on one another. So if something bad happens, all of the settlements around will rally to come to that settlement's aid very quickly. There doesn't appear to have been any major political shifts down on the surface, other than a general sort of unease because relationships with the skies, where the Dragonborn and the humans have their kingdom, have been frayed as of late. As of late with the Dragonborns and the humans, over the last couple of months, they appear to have been amassing an awful lot of weapons and appear to have become quite suddenly a lot more what's the word, like self-involved. That's not really the word for it, but like a lot more aggressive and isolationist.
Self-focused?
Sure, self-focused. And some of this can probably be explained by the invasion, which they did at Far Ward. You've got less information on what has happened since Far Ward. The general perception is that they've been unusually quiet. There haven't been any big speeches or addresses in the capital city to explain what happened at Far Ward, although definitely they have had the survivors return, so they should know of how poorly the invasion went. But it seems like if there is anything large happening over there, it's happening behind closed doors. One thing worth mentioning is that it took very little investigation to see that there was involvement with the Court of Zernas, the Cult of Zernas, quite high up within the military for the Dragonborn and the humans, which most likely influenced the invasion. Although you do not have exact names at the moment. Maybe something to investigate later.
Is it concerning that they seem to find that really easy? Like that it wasn't very hidden? The fact that the cult was very much active within the...
It seems as though their actions are a lot less covert on this side of the continent. Or sorry, on the other side of the continent. Is definitely how I would describe it.
So it's less hidden.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you would like, you can now set them another thing to look into, since they've finished looking into this. Now, you can either ask them to research more into this, or set them something else to look at.
So is there, did they say there's kind of like a... They dislike the involvement of the Cult of Zernas in their kind of general runnings of things, or...
The Cult of Zernas appears as though there are members of the cult which are high up in the military.
Oh, right.
So but it's very overt. Like the cult seems to have an active role within the military there.
Yeah. They didn't see big churches to Zernas or anything throughout the city, but they did see people who were not trying very hard to hide it.
Okay. Well, I suppose we can get a list of names of people involved, because then that's kind of a starting point of who we know we can target first. Break down the important.
You can set your information network to begin trying to look into finding exact names of who prominent members of the cult may be.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That is what they will start on over the next 2 weeks then. Oh, Christ, I'm dying here. Sorry about that, I was right into the microphone.
How dare you?
I love it.
Very professional. Every day, the Chad Wizard has been coming to Hyarkin's Wizard Tower to recast the teleportation circle and just to sort of laugh and point at him. Just, he walks around just like shirtless and is like, ha ha, look at this, and just like throws your notes around.
Dude's a full-on bully. Bullying him.
Good.
Nick, show him how powerful you really are.
I mean, like, yeah, Hyarkin could, like, obliterate him with his mind if he wanted to. Like, this guy isn't even, like, a powerful combatant or anything. He can just, like, do this one spell.
God.
Like, he has a master's degree in being a wizard.
Don't most wizards have a master's degree in being a wizard?
Well, you know, Hyarkin has a doctorate.
No, he's just got
He's just
When
punched
did
a
we
lot of
decide
people.
on that?
no, he's just no.
I don't have any qualifications.
No, it's not no qualifications. Remember, he's just got he just got his powers from his mommy and daddy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. He's a sorcerer.
They told me I was a genius.
They lied to you.
I mean, like, Nick's background is that he was a researcher, though.
True. Okay.
Like,
Researcher doesn't mean they're smart.
no, it was in planes, but
Exactly.
Hey, I've learnt a lot since we started our adventure.
Mhm.
I'm smart
mean,
now, damn it.
ultimately you are a 15th level sorcerer
Exactly.
who just
I've
invented
learnt a
his
lot.
own spell. Speaking of which, would you like to unveil your new spell, Nicholas?
Ooh. Yeah, let me get my character sheet up. I'll tell you all about it.
He's like, hey guys, watch this.
Like, I imagine that, like, he brings you to, like, the training
Um,
grounds or something.
Yeah, is there somewhere with like target practice or something that I can
Yeah, I
show
mean,
it
like,
off?
you've got the, like, area in the keep where Erlan is, like, making all of the soldiers train. I guess, like, Erlan can, like, clear them all out for
The ones
a
with the
few
drills?
minutes. Yeah, they're all, like, actually just using hand-operated drills.
Wow.
They still think it's, like, some sort of Mr. Miyagi thing. They're like, wax on!
Can I cast it? Can I show people what it does?
Yeah, explain. Describe.
Yeah, for it. So it's called Hyarkin's Chain Lightning, and it starts at 4th level with 3 bounces. So basically, the lightning bounces from one enemy to another. You get to choose any enemy within 100 foot to begin it from, and then for every enemy that it bounces from, it reduces in damage by 1. So the first hit takes 8d6, the second takes 7, the third takes 6, etc. And you can cast it at a higher level, which makes stronger hits. And it is half damage on a dexterity saving throw. So it's kind of like the lightning bolt, except it bounces around in, any direction, not just a straight line. As long
How
as
does it
there's an
actually
enemy
look
for
when
it
you
to
cast
bounce.
it?
Kind of like a big ball of, like ball of lightning, like a big
Okay.
blue sphere
And
with,
it like, literally, like,
lightning bolts going
bounces
up it.
from one target to the next.
and you just see it flying around. Maybe there's like a trail of light behind it as well, but yeah. The actual
so,
ball
like-
itself bounces from one enemy to the other and laser. Lightning
You watch
bolts
as,
everywhere.
Like, Hyarkin, within, like, a matter of seconds, obliterates, like, 5 targets with this spell.
And takes a bow. What do you guys think of my new magic? That I invented all by myself, I'll have you know, without a master's degree.
The, like, fingertips of his gloves are singed.
Overpowered.
Teach me.
Teach me.
Webbook.
Webbook.
I haven't published my papers on it yet, so you know.
You need to.
Once I've discovered how to write, then I'll.
It needs
I'll
to
show
get
you.
peer reviewed first.
Hold on. Who are you asking to write this down for you, O'Malley?
I was going to write it myself and give it to Ritu as a present so she can learn it.
What?
You have to learn how to be a sorcerer.
You do that for Dobby?
I mean,
I'll teach it to the guy making the teleportation circle.
The shirtless guy?
The shirtless guy.
The guy that's been bullying him during
his name is Chad Wizardly, by the way.
No,
Chad
shirtless.
Wizardly, the shirtless guy.
It is official now. And he will be living here for the next 365 days.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just
He's got a long
barging into
time
your
to go.
office to cast Teleportation Circle once a day. So do get used to him. Was he there for the demonstration, just so you could show off your power?
Yeah, of course he was.
Yeah.
Everyone was. Invited the whole town.
It's like 100 people all crammed
I
into
told
this
everyone.
room.
Stop what you're doing. Come here right now.
They got them construction
island,
workers
that's
are all
my
like,
island.
"What's going on here then?" I don't know. The
It's
weird,
like a bunch
Hierarchy's
of
weird
being weird
demon
again.
guy. The weird demon guy asked us all to come to the training ground for some reason.
So, were they impressed? Or did they just huff and go back to work?
They probably-
No, I imagine that they were terrified.
you just scared your. You just made.
Like, just like casual displays of incredible magic.
Can we have it so that there's still some lingering electricity so everyone's hair's standing on end now?
Uh-huh. You like cast it at a higher level and it just like builds up a ton of static in the
Oh, yeah.
atmosphere.
I forgot to say I cast it at 8th level.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of like scorching craters where the targets used to be.
Oh my god.
What level
Oh,
is
I'm
the
s-
spell otherwise?
It's 4th, I think. Let me just
Yeah.
double check. Yeah, 4th.
So the higher the level, the more bounces it receives. Is that right?
It's a higher
The more
damage,
power
I
it
think.
does. Yeah, the more damage it takes. So
Okay.
plus 1d6 for each additional level.
Right. Okay.
So it would have been 12d6 on the first bounce.
Yeah.
Thing just got like obliterated into a trillion pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's basically lightning bolt, but I would say more reliable with hitting more targets.
Yeah.
So, I will say, I do have plans for what's going to happen next, but I want to give you guys a chance to do anything like you want to do before we continue.
I don't have anything.
And also give my voice a second to rest.
Was there anything else people thought they need to do, or?
Now, what's Erlan up to at the minute?
Still training, I think. That's the
Yeah.
main thing he's doing at the moment.
I imagine you're like trying to
and
do
watching
like...
weird displays of magic happening. We're getting dragged away from the drills constantly.
I imagine
Sorry.
you're trying to like do like cool attacks with the hand operated drills. At this
Yeah.
point, that's like your finesse
Yeah,
training. It's like use
Yeah,
the drill
It's quite an
to
art.
like drill a tiny hole in this target and then do a backflip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You've got it. Yeah, I'm
Somehow
doing these
this
cool-
does
well, I
improve
don't-
your soldiers.
Hit for Yeah, I feel like Mac, you know, from Always Sunny, just standing at the front, kind of like doing
Yeah.
fake karate chops in the air and shit. You know, get them involved.
Soldiers are all really impressed. The soldiers that you sent to Far Ward, they have all returned now. There have been some injuries. There'll be some time spent recovering, and probably some recruiting to replenish the ranks. But your team has not been wiped out, and morale is high after the victory. I will say the industry that you invited included farmers. Now, obviously, there's no farmland really here on the island. It's not really big enough for
I was
that.
going to ask how the farmers getting on.
What do you want me for?
Have they have they made any farms yet?
Here,
Give
repair
me a
this building.
second. You, as part of your agreement with Bulwark, you had the sky elevator made, and you were given several warding lanterns down on the ground. So farmers have begun setting up over there. It's not like they can just click their fingers and instantly grow crop.
Oh, I'll teach them how to do
But
that.
it's a cantrip, man.
All this
There
natural
genuinely
light we
is-
have.
There genuinely is like druid spells that could instantly just like grow the crops, but
Yeah,
We should have
where's the
hired druids instead.
could have done.
Damn it.
We
Still
didn't know
could
any
do.
druids.
Dead. We've
There's-
got
there's still
farmers.
time, I can fire them all.
farm.
The
Farmers with no farm. I mean, come on, we haven't done this before. We've got to learn the hard way. Farmer needs a
However,
farm.
you are probably going to have to start dedicating some forces to actually defending the farms, because while the warding lanterns will mostly keep them safe, the surface is still a dangerous place. Like, warding lanterns will keep away most of the weak stuff, but
We should build a wall.
yeah, it's a good start.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Pea shooters.
Make somewhere defensible.
We should move the island further out into the sky.
Just stick some sails on it.
Yep. It
Might-
floats, it can't be that hard.
Might damage your elevator a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Unless it's like all just ropes and you're just going to drag it along the ground.
No, we invented a new material that can just stretch. So
Okay.
It's called elastic.
it's fine. An elastic elevator.
That makes
It's
sense.
very bouncy.
It's an elevator.
It's actually what Chad Wizardly is writing his thesis on currently.
Elastic elevators, wow.
Mm-hmm. He's working on several degrees at the moment. One of them is in civil engineering.
And one of them's in silly engineering.
Francisca will have actually asked at some point whether you guys have heard anything from O'Malley.
Oh yeah, that guy
Because-
still exists.
One of the things on her to-do list was that she wanted to study his echo, since he offered.
Oh yeah. We haven't, had we?
Last you heard, he was at the Battle of Farward.
Probably dead.
Oof. Alright.
I mean, probably not. That bad. Nothing's gonna kill that fucker.
Yeah, I mean, like, you haven't, like, received any letters of condolences telling you that, like, any of your friends have died at the battle,
No.
so, like, you can assume that...
He's probably alive. He's probably alive and annoying people.
Unless the
Yeah.
person who was sending the letter has also been killed, and then who's going to tell us?
Possible, you know. But probably him and Hamilton, Nick's other character.
Yes.
They are probably both alive.
Very
Maybe
high.
not like, you know, maybe a little bit worse for wear. But both of them very strong.
Poor
Although-
Hamilton. Didn't he already get nearly killed?
He was in
Yes.
a wheelchair.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was in a wheelchair at one point, I remember that.
Yeah, he fought a dragon.
On his own, basically.
Like, he took like some nameless NPCs, but yeah, they didn't do much. That was,
O'Malley will most likely lie about how hurt he is, and would probably claim that he bested 700. Just exaggerate his numbers to make it seem like he's more powerful than he actually is. You know,
so he
to
doesn't
make-
get
He would
compensation
do.
that way.
Exactly, he's got to try and make it so he gets good contracts again. I mean, this is a guy who doesn't give a shit and will easily take a contract to kill us all if it came up on his list.
But he get flattened though.
Yeah, he would.
By 5 of us.
Yeah, of course he would.
If he tried to fight you on his own.
Exactly. He's not. He's stupid though. So
I
He's not
mean-
that stupid.
I mean, he may be smart enough to single us out. That's if he
Yeah, I
really
mean,
wanted
like-
to kill us.
My thought is that, like, he knows you guys at this point. He, like, recognizes that he probably couldn't beat you in a flat fight. I think, like, if he was ever hired to fight you, he'd probably try and be tactical about it.
I'd like to imagine Alex fighting Alex.
If that ever happens, he's an NPC. I'm not doing that shit.
Allowing me to 1 second. I roll as O'Malley. Oh, I miss. Oh, I roll as Zelda. Oh, I miss. Oh, I roll as O'Malley. Oh, I miss.
Amali uses stick.
While I'm going down the list, is there anything that Risu is up to?
Bunk bed, nest.
Uh-huh. You build a nest. How are you decorating your nest? Are you like, is it just like a pillow fort? Are you like collecting shiny things?
Yeah, I asked Francesca what color does she like.
She's there like
That's it.
silver.
What? Okay, so I decorate her nest with forks, I guess. Like
She's
this?
like,
Is this silver nice?
she's like, sure, yeah, it's great. I love it.
Don't think I can get
She,
silver
like-
flowers.
She's too polite to like use the other room because Risu seems really excited about it, so she just sleeps amongst all the forks.
What?
And like,
Hello?
she's a dragon; they're not going to do any damage to her.
Pretty good.
But
Yeah.
like, I mean, you guys had visited her lair before, and like the last time you saw it, she'd brought in that massive like colony ship that had been grounded and like integrated that into her lair. So she was more like interested in like historical things, like things of like big historical significance, or like interested in like unique sort of technology and nerdy shit.
I install a bookshelf with historical books I can find on the island.
She loves it, unironically.
Yes, there you go.
I imagine that like you like raid Zeltar's like his like little cave at some point. He's got like a little library there, and you just start like taking every book you can find.
Yeah, this looks old enough.
I mean, like they're all like 1,000 years old because it's his cave from like before thingy. One thing I will mention is Zeltar has been avoiding Francisca like the plague.
Who would notice it?
He has mostly just been like hiding down in his cave or like going out and helping the construction workers lift heavy things.
How do
Or
we
like
access that cave? Because like before it was via the water.
there is two entrances. There is basically a tunnel leading directly from the keep into the cave, or there was the tunnel that he dug desperately in the water, which is how you originally got into the cave. But yeah, it can be accessed via the keep. You don't have to swim every time.
Imagine having to swim every time to get to his little cave.
It wouldn't bother him, he's a snake.
But yeah, as it's not really had done much, I guess I would probably go and see what he's been doing and why he's keeping himself clear of our friend.
I mean, like, he would probably try and be like quite evasive of it, and be like, oh, I just haven't really had cause to talk to her, is all. You know, I've been so busy like dealing with helping
Hiding
out.
away in your cave, not coming out, only ever going down into the town to help with construction, and when you came back, instead of coming into the keep, you would go back into your cave. You can't hide it from me now, come on.
Make an insight check for me. Obviously, he's not telling you the truth. You don't need an insight check for that, but insight check to see what you do glean.
Come on. Nothing.
Or history if it's better.
No, history would be worse.
Okay.
So I rolled terribly. So a 9.
Yeah, he seems to just be avoiding Francisca for some reason. Maybe he hates dragons.
Did you go in there alone?
I mean,
Or
we
did
can open this up and other people can go down if you'd like. I imagine Hierarchin might, given that it's his vassal.
Hmm.
Unless Hierarchin's busy in his tower, arm wrestling Chad Wizardly.
No, he can come. He's bored now.
shooting
Okay.
He's
Does
leaving
Chad come
Chaz
as well?
Whistleby to get on with this. Yeah, he can come with.
Chad comes as well.
He can come with, yeah.
What an unusual cave! Behold! And he casts a light cantrip.
I just look at him and say, it
Brilliant.
wasn't even dark in the first place.
He casts dancing lights.
Fun.
There, it's, several multicolored orbs orbit him. He flexes, waggles his eyebrows.
Are we impressed?
I'm impressed.
Are
with
you
the eyebrows.
impressed?
No.
No.
Uh,
With the eyebrows.
he thinks you're impressed. Yeah, if anyone would like to make a history or insight check, you're welcome to.
Yeah, let me do it. As the history master.
25. All right, that's pretty good. So, it occurs to you that there is possibly some connection between Francisca and this island. The previous owner of this island was a member of Aegis party. Aegis was the hero that founded Bulwark, which is the city which Francisca has been protecting basically since it was founded. So there is possibly some connection between Francisca and Zeltar's previous master. And I'm just going to tell you straight out, a history check of 25. I don't think there's much higher I can have expected of you. But yeah, that seems to be the reason why Zeltar is keeping his distance.
Because they have history.
Whether Zeltar knows Francisca or not, he seems to be at least aware of her connection to his previous master.
Okay. Should we just ask him, or would he not be willing to talk about that? Because he seems sort of upset about it.
Previously, he has said that if you ask him, he will tell you, but he was asked to keep it secret by his previous master. Any details about her. So, like...
Do we need to know? We can
his-
just leave him
you're
to
his current
go back
lord.
to his cave.
Frankly, you take precedence if you, wanted to know about it, but,
I think we should find out from him. It'd be interesting to find out.
Okay.
What do you ask him? Are you just like, what are you hiding? Or...
No, ask him more specifically, like... do you know Francesca? What's the history with Bulwark? Is there anything to do with your previous master that you're not comfortable with, or something like that? Just ask him everything that we just found out with the history check.
Okay. So, to the best of
In a
his
nice way.
ability, he attempts to only answer your question to the letter of what you asked him. So when you ask him do you know Francisca? He's never met her face to face. I know that she had some level of interaction with Aegis and my previous master and their party. I don't really have any particular connection with Bulwark, other than indirectly because Aegis founded it. When you ask him why he is not really interacting with Francisca, he says that he was asked to keep his previous master's secret, and that he's worried he might accidentally prompt Francisca to let it slip.
You enjoying your dog biscuits, Max?
I'm not eating.
Oh.
That was Sarah. She came to steal some crisps from me.
Greedy
Yeah.
Sarah.
Wow,
I haven't
rude.
had dinner.
Well, Sarah, we started at 7. Why didn't you eat bloody dinner?
They were too busy doing gardening, remember?
Sarah loves plants.
I don't.
She loves killing them.
Yeah,
Murder.
we got a flamethrower.
We bought a flamethrower earlier. That was fun.
That's pretty cool.
So wait, so the Zoltar's previous master, did you say that's the same as one of Francisca's, or?
No,
So there was a hero called Aegis, which was basically this world's equivalent of Hercules. He had a party, much like you guys are in a party right now. One of the party members was the previous owner of this island, and was Zeltar's previous master. And Francisca knew Aegis, and presumably the rest of the party as well.
Why is he trying to keep it a secret then if he knows that she already knows about him?
It seems like he was asked by his master before she disappeared to keep whatever her secret is. So, I don't... so he's not worried that, like, you know, Francisca's going to find out anything. He's worried that he might accidentally prompt Francisca to say something.
What's the worst that can happen?
Should we speak to Francisca instead and try and piece it together? Because it seems like she knows him as well.
Are you asking him that, or are you just...
No, I'm just asking the group.
Okay.
I think we just.
Is he bound to anything by this promise?
Yep.
Ah.
I mean, like, so... He is bound to do as his master bids him. If Hierarchin was to say, stop keeping secrets from me, he would be bound to that instead, and that would take precedent.
Because he's new master?
So it's not like if he
Yeah.
broke the promise to his previous master, he's not going to die or something of like consequences.
Do you ask him that?
Do it.
Am I allowed to? Woo!
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll ask him that.
He says, I'm not really sure how best to put this. My previous master was quite fickle about promises, and breaking promises to her generally came with consequences. I'm bound magically to do as my master orders me, whether I like it or not. If I was ordered something by my current master that conflicts with my previous master, I would have to follow my current master's orders.
Are we able to order him to tell us, but also grant the fact that I have no repercussions of telling us anything? Or
I mean, make an insight check for me.
okay, because I don't want anything bad to happen to him, but we also want to find out what's going on. 11.
With an 11, you think that there's something definitely supernatural to this fear, like there's something specific about his previous master that makes him worried that disobeying her, even though she's not his master anymore, would still have consequences. But that's about all you're able to glean.
So would
There's
that
nothing.
be-
There's nothing we can do to remove those consequences, like
So
magically
are we-
or anything.
I was going to
With
say,
a 11 in insight, you have no idea.
No.
well, this sounds if you're able to, it sounds like the spell that Gareth attempted put on himself. Similar to that.
It definitely does sound very similar to a Geos. A binding agreement, and if you break that agreement, there is negative consequences.
The negative consequences usually being death, is it not?
Can we get Gareth to make something
A
that
lot of
negates
psychic
the
damage.
consequences?
Yeah, probably.
Should we come back after we've
Gareth can
asked
definitely
him
make
something like
something that would like give resistance to psychic damage.
How do we know it's psychic damage? Is that just
Well,
the general thing
that's
that a Geas spell
assuming
would do?
it's a Geas. It might not be exactly the same thing, but it sounds like something similar.
Without knowing,
If I do an Arcana check, can I find out if it is?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's try.
Big brain.
Yeah, 25.
Okay, so Arcana has the ability to like recall details about magical spells and magical lore.
Yeah.
You know that Geas is the only like arcane spell that can really compel a person in this way, but it's got quite hard limits on it. Specifically, it's got a time limit of about a month, I think. So it's probably not exactly a Geas, but it's probably another spell within the same sort of vein of magic. And if it's not like an arcane spell that a wizard would cast, it's probably something that came from quite a powerful being.
What do you mean a month limit? Is that
As
the spell
in-
would dissipate after a month?
Basically, yeah. I'm
We
reading
find out how
Geas
long
now
he's
to
had
double
it?
check. About 1,000 years. But yeah, the duration of a Geas is 30 days.
So
Put the
it's
music back on. So it's not Geas, but it is a very similar effect to a Geas that seems to have lasted a lot longer. Which makes you think that whoever put this enchantment on Zeltar was likely someone incredibly powerful.
I take it this is above Gareth's understanding.
Gareth might be able
make something
to,
that can
with
negate it.
time and money, come up with something that could circumvent the negative consequences, but he'd have to like come here in person and investigate it.
What's Risu rolling for?
I saw that there was a chat thing, so I tried it.
There was a chat.
Are you going to attack him?
I've never had dice on the screen before, so that's cool.
Oh, it's the 3D dice option. It's in settings. You can turn it on.
It's
or
always
off.
been there. I turned it off straight away. Yeah, what do we think? Do we tell Gareth what spell we think he's under next time we see him? And see if there's anything he can come up with?
I mean, it's
I
an
don't
idea.
want to kill him by asking him to tell us everything.
As with all things, Gareth will charge you money.
Of
I was
course.
just going to say it's something that we could probably work out eventually anyway. I don't think it's necessary to bring Gareth into this and spend an extortionate amount of money again.
Is it something Hyarkin could figure out, or someone in his keep?
I
like
mean,
a
you've got
researcher
the
or a
Wizard
scholar?
Tower. Definitely, it's
I
something
mean-
you could spend time looking into.
We could talk
Yeah.
to Francisca, sorry.
Oh, set it to her
If
face.
she recognizes him, and maybe we'll find out information of the previous master that way, without risking his life.
Yeah,
Possibly.
could we ask him questions that he can like confirm, but it's like not overly specific, like it just narrows things down?
If you want to try and do stuff, like we can work this out. We
Like,
can
is
try
he still
and-
alive, for example? His previous master. Would that be a reasonable ask?
Do you ask him?
Guys, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
I don't want him to
Any-
die.
And he implodes immediately.
To a black hole.
You can ask him and just tell him if this is something that breaks the contract. Just don't say anything. And then it's a safe option then.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we could ask him for each of these questions. Just say whether or not this will be, it will break the contract.
Okay.
and
Say whether it's safe or
He-
not, and then whether you can answer us.
When you ask him whether his previous master is still alive, he like stops for like a full minute and like ponders whether or not it'd be okay for him to say. and then eventually says,
I
to the
don't
best of my
know.
knowledge, she's almost certainly still alive.
She. So we
Okay,
know two things.
we got somewhere.
Logan's always referred to it as a girl.
Oh, I was not
So
listening. Sorry, Logan.
to refresh your memory, because we only very briefly covered this during like when you first got told about the island. The previous owner of this island was some sort of unknown species of winged elf, and one day when Aegis ascended to being a god, she just kind of vanished, and everyone was drove off the island by Zeltar.
Wait, so it's
And
Master
then
Hey,
you
weird.
guys came.
Why did Zeltar drive everyone away?
There
'Cause he was-
was a prophecy which appears as though she was the one who set it up, saying that only the person bearing the throne, which was the card you drew from the deck of many things, may claim the island.
Where did everyone else go? Did they just go off to the
He
surface?
basically
or...
like exiled them. Some of them will have
Oh,
gone to
okay.
the Citadel, some of them will have gone to Duskwatch, some of them will have gone to the surface.
And how long ago was this? Will these
That was like
people
1,000
still be
years
around?
ago.
Yeah, no
Probably
one
not
would know
then.
anything, have any information on this now. It would
This
be
is like
ancient
rumors and
history.
like stories of like, oh yeah, my grandfather used to tell me this story from
Yeah.
when he was a child. And even that's like factoring in elf lifespans.
Wait, so the previous master was an elf. Okay.
A winged
That
elf.
is what reports were. She was some sort of unknown species of winged elf.
Okay.
It was like all of the members of Aegis' party were like, you know, eclectic group of weirdos like you guys are.
Woo, in 1,000 years' time, they'll be talking about us.
Basically. You guys are literally founding a kingdom right now, so...
True. Can't say we discovered it, though.
Shall we ask? Well, I'm going to say this to the party rather than just off. Shall we ask where his previous master fled to? Or is that again too direct?
I don't think he would know, right? If she just vanished.
He like stops and thinks for a solid minute, and he goes, the thing is, I know why you're asking me these questions is you're trying to find out information, and that information is something that I'm not allowed to tell you. So me answering these questions is kind of skirting the line of...
Why were you asked to not answer questions even to the prophesized beholder?
He looks... He probably like gives like Hierarchin kind of a desperate look and says, she was just kind of weird like that. You would understand if you met her. She probably went to the Feywild.
Oh no.
He puts a hand over Yolia's mouth.
I just kind of nod, as like I understand why he's done that. Then
Is there anything else anyone wants to say or do?
I think I had something.
I, in my mind, ask Seraphine. Okay, it escaped my mind. I don't know how. I've never forgotten it up until now.
Talk to the hand.
What she knows of if she knows much of the Feywild herself.
She says, I mean, there's a decent connection between the Feywild and Melora. I know. I probably couldn't give you like an exact geography or anything, but I know general information. Yeah.
Okay. Any idea on what this particular race, the old Zoltar's old master is?
There's a couple of things. I'll roll a dice for her. See whether she can get it. Okay. She says, there's a couple of things. I mean, winged elves are a thing who, in the Feywild, Fey elves. They are elves that abandon the material plane however many millennia ago to live among the fair folk. They're basically Fey at this point. They're not really elves anymore. The thing is, Fey elves aren't really any more powerful than regular elves. So this enchantment that you're worried about, it sounds like something that could only be done by an actual powerful Fey. Whether it be an archfey or a duke or someone high up in one of the Fey courts.
Fun.
Which, I mean, that tracks to me sort of the very... how's the best way to word this? Capricious nature of the commands that she seems to have given to Zeltar. Does sound like a very Fey thing. They're known for being quite hot and cold.
Mm. Okay. At least we have an idea of
How did
one way we can get rid of the spell to allow him to talk more.
How did Francisca know his previous master?
Through Aegis.
Yeah.
Okay. As in they're a part of the same party?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Francisca wasn't part of the party, but she knew the party. Same as she knows you guys.
Right. So given the details that we have now, we may be able to just speak to Francisca and
You could try that, yeah.
wrangle the info from her.
Mm-hmm.
If we ever want, we know of one particular person who would know more about who might be the master or the old master, as we haven't met an archfey before.
You certainly have. If you want to make a trip back to the Charred Grove and ask him.
Yeah, at the price of something ridiculous.
You never know, he might be in a generous mood. Maybe. Smiley face.
Smiley face, indeed. Okay.
Illatran was an archfey.
Yes.
Yes, he was. He was the Archfey of the Circle of Wildfire.
But he was kicked out of the Feywild because of what he is.
Yeah, 'cause he liked fire.
Mm-hmm.
He set fire to things.
Good stuff in my notes. Okay.
So, do you want to go and speak to Francisca?
I suppose we can.
Okay. She is probably like reading one of the old books that Risu has retrieved for, like sat at like a like little writing desk that's been set up in your room, and she like turns around and looks at you. All of you are here. To what do I owe the pleasure?
So I guess we want to ask what you remember, if you've what you know of Aegis's party.
I mean, I met all of them. I can't say that I was hugely close friends with them. I was always impressed with what they did, and I liked Bulwark a lot. So I stuck around and ended up becoming known as the Silver Guardian. But I don't want you to make any mistakes. I'm a lot closer with you than I ever was with them. I met them. They were nice to me. They were kind of stuck up and self-involved. But is there any information specifically you want about them, or?
One of their members was we suspect to be a Fey elf. Do you know who that person is?
Yes. You mean Celia? I think that's what she was called when she lived in this plane.
Yes.
Yeah, she was the previous owner of this island. She... Okay, I'm not 100% sure this is really my place to tell. You think that she was a Fey elf?
Well, we believe her to be, just because of her appearance, as she was believed to be a winged elf of sorts. From...
Okay. Let me put it this way. Aegis was a demigod. The people that he attracted to his side were people of a similar standing to him. Celia wasn't just an elf. Isn't just an elf. I'm not really 100% sure if it's my place to say more, especially since you guys are being kind of cagey right now.
Well, we're just trying to find out more information of her.
I mean, I'm your ally. If you need to know something and you tell me that it's important, I'll tell you. I don't really know what's the context here. If it's important to you, I can tell you whatever you need to know.
Kind of just look over at everyone else. I'm like, what exactly are we trying to glean from about Celia?
I mean, what was the original drive to understand?
Why?
Find out
it's
what
hidden?
Zaltar's hiding and why he can't say anything. There must be some sort of secret.
You've accomplished that. You haven't found out exactly what it is he's hiding by design.
We don't know
because
what
now
could
you're-
be so important to put him under a spell that he's not allowed to tell anyone.
Yeah. Francisca's eyes keep like drifting back to the book while you guys are like all muttering to one another.
I give her another.
You can see it's like a really trashy romance novel where she's like swapped the covers with like a really boring historical like tax record. And then used mending to hide
you're really enjoying those tax records, huh?
it. Mm-hmm. Interesting historical, changes in tax laws.
Yeah, you were almost crying about that one.
Yep, huge deal. It was a introduction of a new church tithe.
Definitely sounds interesting.
Sounds emotional.
/ me rolls deception. 15.
And what do we tell her? What are we actually trying to find out here?
Well,
Presumably she
Zaltar's
knows
worried
about
about-
Zoltar and... Because, like, were they friendly before, or did they never meet?
Yeah, she says that she is aware of Zeltar. She hasn't even met him since coming to the island now.
Oh, really? He's been hiding that much?
Yes.
Maybe we should just take her to him.
No, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, there's reasons why he's
Are they going to start a fight?
cagey for that.
No,
No,
probably not.
He's worried that Francisco will.
Make him say something that is going to
Yeah,
blow him up.
yeah. That's
Basically.
why we ended up in this situation.
Yeah.
So we're trying to piecemeal it together, if that makes sense.
Just tell her that. Like, we're worried that whatever he's hiding could cause him a lot of damage if he accidentally.
Oh, is he
answers
like
something.
enchanted with like a face spell or something?
That's what
Yeah,
we
we
think.
think so.
Yeah.
And
You
that's
know
why
I'm
he's
a
been
wizard,
avoiding
right? Like I'm like a really good wizard.
So's Hayate.
What she fails and blows him up
you. I
instead.
say you're not the only one. Did you see
Points
my
at
Did you
Wizard
see my
Tower.
performance earlier?
Yeah, she probably will have been there for that actually.
I flex my muscles, snap my
She says,
fingers,
I mean,
and
like,
lightning comes out of it.
if you need someone that you, I hope, trust to be on your side, who is knowledgeable, to take a look at him and see maybe if there's a way to circumvent his enchantment, I'm happy to offer my services.
We would definitely appreciate that.
Great,
As long
where
as
is he?
he's comfortable with you being there and doesn't worry about
Yeah,
saying
the
anything.
problem we got is he's hiding away in this little cave because he's scared that by seeing you, something will happen and it will cause the effect to trigger.
How about don't speak unless you need to?
Can we put a spell on him so that he can't talk while she's there?
I mean, do you know the Gear spell? I mean, you could order him to. He is
True.
bound to
He-
do whatever you tell him to do.
And then if he breaks that, he breaks 2 spells at once.
Basically,
Then Big Bang.
Yeah, we could do that then.
it's a portable hole and a bag of holding situation.
Yeah.
So you go down to Zeltar. You say, "Hey, is it okay if we let Francisca take a look at you to see if she can fix what's wrong?" He says he would be okay with that, but he would like to see her alone and not in any of your presence.
Savage. I thought we were his friends.
Okay. Do we still want to tell him that he can't talk to her? It sounds like he wants to say something if he wants to see her on his own.
Sounds like he can talk to Francisca, but not.
Not
to
us.
us.
Not to us. then,
Maybe
yeah.
it's an
And
issue
he's,
with.
okay, this is something that he is actually allowed to explain. He says, I'm not allowed to spread my previous master's secrets. Francisca, I'm pretty sure, knows those secrets. So I
Okay.
could talk to
So
her.
if it's just them two, it's safe.
I just don't want
I can
to cause her to say anything in front of you.
Okay, because that might break the spell as well.
Hmm.
Okay, sounds
stay,
fine.
Stay away from the lake, guys, just in case there's a big explosion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stand on top of the cave.
Like a Kira massive explosion consumes the entire island.
Oh my god.
And then biker gangs are driving around. So you send Francisca down to the cave, and she's like, "Oh, this is cozy. Well, see you later, guys," and just walks off down into the darkness.
Do we just
Chad
sit at the entrance
Wizardly
and wait?
is extremely confused by all of this. He responds to most situations by flexing.
I found an emoticon for Chad Wizardly. There you go. You're welcome, guys.
Perfect. Now remove his shirt.
That's the only one. Only one I can source.
The thing is, he's only got about 10 minutes of actual work that he needs to do in any day. So other than that, he just mostly wanders around and is useless.
Wow. I can't believe we're paying. How much are we paying him for
Like
this?
$2,000.
I can't believe we're paying. That's like the easiest fucking grand someone's ever made in that goddamn
Just
fucking
live here on this island and cast this spell once a day.
Christ.
For a year, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're paying for the expertise rather than the labor. Other than that, he just sort of like does push-ups. However, like, I want to say like probably about half an hour passes, and Francisca will return and go. I mean, yeah, he can't tell you or allow anyone to find out about his previous master's identity. I can try and start looking into what ways that might fix it. I'll probably have to go back down to my home to fetch some materials. And no offense to the wonderful library that you've set up for me, Risu, some actual magical texts. But I don't. This doesn't seem to be something that she put an enormous amount of effort into creating. I think there should be a way to unravel it.
Okay.
It feels more like this was a prank.
What?
Like a really deadly prank, but like... This wasn't a specific attempt to murder anyone. It was more like a, if people die, then lol.
I can just imagine.
She doesn't say the word lol.
I can imagine Filthy Frank just shouting, "Get pranked."
Yeah.
It's just a prank, bro.
Christ, what is it with the Fae and like messed up things?
Pranked.
It's like, yeah, I never really got along with Faye. I'll be honest.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
They're capricious. Sometimes they'll be your best friend, and then they'll pull a prank on you, and they'll think it's really unironically funny.
Gensley humour.
What if I just handed you a pipe bomb?
Funny.
Matt would do it if he could.
Yeah.
Is he still alive? Are you still alive, Matt?
How's your situation, Matt?
I think the spell might have got him.
Yeah.
He's dead.
He's breathing.
He can't
I
say
can hear him.
anything, otherwise the curse may get him. Matt, you okay, dude?
Don't think he is.
I'm genuinely worried now. I only said it as a joke.
No, he's alive.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's breathing.
He did.
I trust him. Okay, I'm going to move on so this doesn't get any weirder.
Anyway.
Yeah. With that, Francisca, she'll probably take the elevator down to the surface rather than just jumping off the edge of the island and being dramatic about it.
Why not?
It's not really her style. So yeah, she will take the elevator down to the surface and will find somewhere out of sight before she transforms and flies back to her lair. And that will be something that she works on. No, Matt, we can't hear you at all.
I mean, I saw the green light flashing around his icon.
Yeah, we can see your microphone is activating. It's just not. There's no sound coming out of it. Huh? Have you tried fixing your headset? Perfect. I'm gonna just ask Matt to roleplay entirely through text chat now.
Can you get TTS in?
What?
Matt, I've been talking this whole time.
That is entirely possible.
He might have had the perfect solution to all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably has.
This
Matt's
entire
figured it out
time he's
like
been
2
like
hours
screaming at you guys.
Hey, do you like my little comparison I made in the chat, guys, as
Yeah.
well?
Wow, those memes are banned for now, apparently.
Yeah. Linus Tech Tips in deep shit at the minute.
Mm.
I've not heard much on it, so we'll just wait until after we finish and we'll talk about it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, Matt died.
Matt, you sure
They
you got
got
the right
third
input?
kills.
Did you just like unplug your headset by
I
accident?
think up to him so much he started eating the microphone.
No.
That he thinks the voice in his head is out loud, but it's
Bleep
not.
bloop.
He's just thinking really loud.
Yeah.
So many voices in my head.
It's the voice of Linus. Okay, so with your brief drama with Zeltar now, at least for the time being, dealt with, we can move on. What will happen actually is, I think at some point while you are like waiting around for Francisca, you will receive a you will receive a letter from or like a message from one of the like construction workers who are like living in this shanty town where they've sort of set up this sort of impromptu village council who will come to report to you and say that on one of the shipments of goods that came in, there was a passenger who was a young grey-skinned tiefling who has been asking to meet with you all. He says that he has a gift for you.
Security!
Oh, no, it's the pipe bomb we were promised.
Someone go and scan that gift.
Pipe
Make
bomb.
sure it's not a bomb. And lock that kid up in the
Very hot.
dungeons.
To the dungeons!
I mean, like, you literally do have a security force living here in the keep. You have, you know,
I was going to
monster
say, I hope we do have
hunters
security.
and your like standing forces.
The security is currently playing with
Hold on, how many
drills at the
mercenaries still?
moment.
They're all playing with drills.
Yeah.
They are
Oh,
all
yeah,
playing.
they were
with
very
drills.
impressed, weren't they?
Apparently they're really into drill music.
And doing backflips.
Okay.
Uh,
Can we get them to actually do their job and come and see what this kid wants?
They think they're
Mhm.
doing their job. That's the problem.
Can we tell them they've got a new job and they need to protect the island and report back to me rather than playing with drills?
So, the tiefling is apparently called Fortitude, and the council say that currently he's still can't hear you, Matt. What have you done to your mic?
Maybe he has put it as his bum.
Like, it makes sound. I think he's just like yanked the cable or something. It's not properly plugged in.
I think he said he was using his laptop, so it's...
He was, yeah.
It's sat in a bag for like 3 weeks.
Plug it back in.
Jesus Christ.
I can hear him sniffing.
No, it's not broken. He's pulling out balls.
He's just messing
Hello?
around with us.
Hey, here we go.
I've been speaking, like, trying to get, like, it's just not been working.
I
Okay,
don't believe
sure.
You've been
Matt, I can hear
sniffing
you
for an
breathing
hour.
that entire
No.
time.
You know what it is? He's balls, and he's just trying to keep it.
I'm fine.
I'm fine, guys.
Can you not hear me?
I'm fine.
Okay, tell us what just happened then.
Yeah, Matt, recite the entire story of the spa.
He's gone very silent.
Oh, his microphone's broken.
Oh no, convenient, Matt.
Ask Matt what we should do now.
I don't know, because I've been happy.
This is like the whole sweet. This is like me going, oh guys, I've got a terrible signal right here. I'm gonna have to call you back later.
I don't fucking know.
Oh my god.
I'm fine now.
Okay, so this tiefling is currently staying in the little like shanty town.
It's terrible. That's where we're flying. Broken then. And this has been the last hour. Oh shit.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, fucking hell. I love our group.
Fuck me.
I love our group so much.
Why
Nah,
are
I'll
we
buy you
so
a new
shit?
headset that's not HyperX Cloud 2s because they're just shit.
Wow. There goes that sponsorship for you, Rob.
Yeah, I'll seek you for it.
Just
Oh
I
man.
think you just
Wow.
exploded.
I feel like he's crying now as well.
I think so.
That did not come out at all, Matt.
He's gone again. I can see him turning green.
Yeah. What have you done?
He doesn't know that's the problem.
God. Hit anything but like static. I can't hit anything but.
You can't hit us.
Oh my
I
goodness.
think Matt's internet is just fucked.
Your internet has absolutely shut the bed.
Hall Wi-Fi.
You hate to see it.
You do.
Is Matt in Telford or is he in
No,
Can you hear me, yeah?
Birmingham?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you now.
We heard that forwards.
Wait for it.
And he's gone again.
He's gone.
I'm gonna regret reminding
I'm
you.
trying to
that
figure this
exists.
out.
I don't know whether it's just like drop packets or something. Whether like,
Man, just use
Yeah.
mobile Wi-Fi.
yeah, Wi-Fi is just shitting the bed.
Nice.
Aviv, Aviv,
Oh,
What?
Aviv.
What is that?
What the fuck is
that is.
what is this? Perish. Okay, I'm gonna continue with D&D.
Yeah, let's continue.
There's nothing that I can do for you, Matthew.
Why don't you log into a Discord on your phone? Plug your headset into that.
I don't think he can hear us. You
No,
might
he
need
can
to
hear
message
us.
him.
He could hear us.
Can he? I think he said he could only hear static now.
Oh.
God, okay.
Oh,
Getting
well,
back to
moving
D&D.
on. Go back.
The tiefling is currently staying in the shanty town. He can be sent for and brought to the keep if you would like, or you can go and meet him in town. It is up to you.
Shall we go meet him or bring him to the keep? I think it'd be more impressive to bring him to the keep.
Do you have like a throne room or anything, Nick?
Of course.
Okay. It's like completely disused thus far.
Now we get an actual use for it.
Yay! Let's go to my throne room.
I mean, like
It's more like
you
a
don't-
library.
The thing is, you don't even really
than a
call
throne
yourself king, though, do you? It's like you've been like call yourself lord thus far, I guess.
Lord Hierarchin.
My lord room.
Lordy, lordy.
Lord Farquaad.
Right, so, you send for several members, probably of the dwarven force that you have, the Heart and Hammer Company, to go and collect this tiefling fortitude, and it's not too long before they return, and they bring with them this like very young looking, he's probably like 15 or something, grey skinned, like scowling tiefling. You can see that like one of his arms is heavily bandaged.
This
he
is the
just-
guy that just showed up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Christ,
And
what
said
is
that
the
he had
kid
something for you.
That was Matt,
Hello?
don't worry.
As Matt gone.
Oh, it's fine.
And he like shrugs his way away from the guards and like looks. I'm guessing like Hierarchin is sat like in his throne, and the rest of you are sort of like stood nearby at his side or something.
I'm just sat on like what would probably be like the steps to the throne or something like that, just chilling.
Hello, does this work better?
We can
Yeah.
hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Welcome back.
Are
Yay!
you on mobile now?
Yeah, I think the laptop just like absolutely shat itself.
Okay. What do you know of the current situation, Matt?
Very
much do I-
little, because all I could hear was crackling, just
Okay.
thundering
Oh.
down the fucking headset.
Okay. Jesus. I will do a like very quick 2-minute recap then. You've been told that a tiefling has showed up on the island and is looking for you. His name is Fortitude, and apparently he has something to give you. You have sent out your guards to go and collect him and bring him to Hierarchin's throne room. This is apparently the first use of it.
Okay.
And he showed up. He's like this like scowling, grey-skinned like teenager. One of his arms is like heavily bandaged, and he like shrugs the guard off and like walks up to all of you guys.
He's another surly teenager, isn't he?
He does look like he has some choice words for you all. And he goes, I'm not going to make myself look like an idiot and, like, you know, whether you guys are the virtuosos. I think that's pretty obvious. You're literally sat in a throne like a dick.
I don't
And he will reach out towards you guys and unravel the bandages on his arm. And does not take a perception check to notice two things. One, as he like unwraps the bandages, there is an item that he's holding in his hand. It appears to be some sort of crystal. And on the back of his hand, very obviously, because he's not making any attempt to hide it, is a third eye.
Oh.
Fun.
And he reaches out with
Is
this
that
hand.
everyone's genuine reaction? Fun.
Oh, fun. Doctor
Fun.
Strange is here.
Great. Another one of these guys who's going to possibly kill us.
Can I try and make a check to like charge to jump out from my position and knock the crystal out of his hand and grapple him to the floor?
Yep. You don't even need to roll. He doesn't resist. The crystal goes scattering across the floor. You guys are all able to get a good look at it. It appears to be something very similar to what you have seen before. It is a crystal in the shape of an eyeball, very similar to the item that once allowed Hierarchin to speak with Zernas. And this kid Fortitude just doesn't even bother resisting you, Yolya, as you like tackle him and like get him in like an arm lock. He's like, "Yep, okay, I expected this. Yeah. Look, I've given you the crystal. Do your worst, I don't care."
Typical.
Did we ever find a way to remove the eyeballs without it causing the death of the...
I don't think
Well, I mean,
so.
if you chopped off his hand,
I was going to say,
don't-
Tom, if I was hand, yeah.
like, it's not in a vital organ or anything.
I got a third eye on my
But like,
sleeve.
if it was removed, if like the third eye was, if we removed the third eye, would it cause any kind of detrimental effect? Like not chopping off his hand, I mean.
Yeah, you'd be, like, digging a huge chunk of his hand out.
I mean, he's already
If
got
you
an
did
eyeball on his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Or he sticks out from his hand.
It's...
That'd be comfortable.
The obvious answer is, yeah, it'd hurt a lot and it'd probably mess up his hand probably forever if you did that. Like, he doesn't seem to be resisting you or whatever. He's just like, just fucking get it over with. If you're gonna kill me, make it painless at least.
Can we...
This
I've
dude
done
just
my
found
job.
out he and his crew just got like defeated by 5 guys in a shanty town.
Ott nips away to the kitchen.
Just so you
Nick,
know,
away to the kitchen.
he's in the keep. Matt.
Yeah, no, he's got past that. That's why he's so depressed. He just found out he lost to a shantytown and like, great.
I mean, the thing is, like, he doesn't seem to be like resisting at all. He literally came here and was like, "Here is a gift for you. It's this crystal eye." He's very clearly a member of the Court of Zernas. He doesn't seem interested in even trying to fight you.
Ott returns. He's got
Ott returns.
a bottle of vinegar.
What are you? I just look over it, and the vinegar's for.
The eye. You guys are ready to get dousing?
You're gonna just pour vinegar in his eye.
Not his actual eye. I
No,
think
his
it's
actual
the
eye, the
third
third
eye.
eye.
Well, yeah, in his hand eye.
Yeah.
It's still an eye.
If we soak it in a vinegar bath, maybe it might like get the impurities out the eye.
Yeah,
You know?
hopefully it'll see a little bit.
He
Hello,
like looks
vinegar
at the
bath?
bottle of vinegar and goes, "Oh yeah, so much for the fucking good guys.
I'm
Whatever,
just like,
just kill me already. Get it over with."
I just look at him and say, "You don't really care about your life."
He's like, "Look, I came here. I knew what I was doing. You guys are gonna kill me. I get it."
Well, we can use him for information.
this-
and,
at this-
like,
at
I think
this-
he's
at
just
this
gonna
point-
give up whatever information.
I was just gonna say, at this point, all I do is I say, "This will hurt," and I just literally grab at the third eye and rip it out of the hand.
So this is like a 15-year-old kid, and he screams and faints.
Oh no!
I literally can say, "Someone help bandage his hand up. Put him into the put him into the dungeons."
Mhm.
We'll wait until he wakes up.
Would
Give
you
him
have asked
faith, definitely.
Zeltar to be present?
That would make sense.
Just because he's a healer. He's like, I could close that wound, but
Yeah, please do then.
I thought vinegar was good at healing wounds.
generally not. Is what Zeltar says.
It has the opposite effect.
Oh, it's all
What he will tell you is like, I can close the wound. The eye seems to be like a physical signifier of his connection, but like just removing the eye won't make it so that he's no longer bound to Zernas. I think it's more just like a new eye will probably appear sooner or later.
Can Zerna see through that eye or his two eyes?
From your memories, these guys tend to keep their extra eyes covered up, which wouldn't be very useful for allowing Zernas to see through them.
Can he sever the connection with Zerna?
Can Zoltar
Yeah.
do that?
Probably not Zeltar, but it may be something that you can look into attempting to do.
Seems like something that would be necessary, as this seems to be more common than not.
Yeah.
I mean, so I will say there is an effect to removing the eye. You have seen it thus far. Removing the eye does seem to at least disrupt the connection, but it's not like a permanent solution.
So
Like-
gotta
can we
keep
do-
pulling the eye out?
Yeah.
Can we do some checks on this crystal?
Uh-huh.
Darken?
What do you want to do? Someone want to cast like Identify on it, or
Yeah.
Well, we already know
Detect
what kind of
magic
crystal
or-
it is. We already know it's the same type of crystal that allows us to speak to Zernas.
yeah? I mean, last time, Hyrkin went to sleep in the presence of one of those crystals. He spoke to Zernas in a dream.
Does anyone have like a special bag we could put it in? Has anyone got a new bag ever
Yeah.
since the last one blew up?
Yeah, of course. We already went and got a new one.
Yeah, it's really inconveniently small. You can't climb in it anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't put you guys in it anymore.
I
Really
wonder why
narrow
Logan
opening.
did that.
Get some new material. You've been doing it since session 2.
Hey,
Listen,
if it
tried
ain't
and
broke,
trusted.
don't fix it.
Exactly, tried and trusted. Tried and tested. If it ain't broke, don't fix.
If you want, yeah, you can put the crystal into the bag. As far as you are aware, the way bags of holding work is technically counts as a different plane of existence in there. Like, it might as well be a whole other world.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Isolate it.
Because surely if it's in a different world, Xernas might lose connection to it.
You want to make an Arcana check for me?
Can someone else do an Arcana check?
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
I did it well last time. Let's see.
Yeah, my Arcana. Oh, mine's a plus.
Oh no,
Oh,
you should do it. You should do it. It's because I wasn't asking.
yeah.
Nick's
I was the one
like,
that came up with the idea.
eyes are scary.
Cool. 3D dice. I'm going to turn that off because that's confusing.
That one. Art is like, eyes are scary.
Why?
Like, start trying to bite the crystal. Oh my god.
What's wrong with us?
Wow.
Guys, let's
Ask,
just give it
ask
up.
the chat wizard guy.
Let's just
We
get.
brought him.
Shall I roll?
Do it.
Alright, hang on. I'm going to roll for Chad Wizardly. Not a specialist in divination, but he gets a 5.
Come on.
He goes,
Scary.
Ah,
That's
what an
scary.
unusual crystal! Allow me to destroy it with my enormous muscles.
A bang!
Yeah, no, it's fine. I take the crystal back and put it in my bag.
Okay. You put the crystal in the bag of holding. There doesn't seem to be any effect. You are still holding the limp and unconscious
Oh
tiefling.
no. Well, I mean, I'm waiting for someone to put him one of the guards after he's been healed.
I mean, like, the guards have, like, arrived. They've got, like, handcuffs. Like, we can take him to the dungeon. Are you...
Put him in a nice dungeon.
Is there, like, something we should know about this guy? You guys kind of... Like, is there something we should be worried about with him?
He's got a third eye.
I was just going to say he's a member of the cult, so he is technically our enemy.
Can't
So,
Xernas
I mean,
kill him
we guessed
from
the enemy
remote?
part, but... So you say he's a member of a cult. Does that mean that, like, he can do magic?
We have no idea. He just knew he would probably lose in any kind of fight if he attempted anything. So he came here expecting death. We don't want to kill him. We're gonna try and remove his connection at some point and then get information from him.
Okay.
Treat it like Guantanamo.
Captain
We're
Brewery.
not gonna
will-
bloody torture him. Jesus, he's a 15-year-old
Man,
lad. You
I-
absolute psycho.
Captain
This is the man
Brewery
who
will
just
step
ripped,
forward.
just
It's
ripped
back
off
at this.
half of his hand.
We can put him in charge of the flesh factories.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah.
goodness.
We don't do that.
Captain Brewery will step forward and say, in terms of facilities for keeping people who are magically inclined, we're not super well equipped. We can do it, but normally you would want, like, it is either called mage binding armor, or you can get like shackles, which can be used to dampen magical abilities. We can get those, but in the meantime, if we wanted to keep him, in order to prevent him from doing any magic, we'd have to keep him, like, bound and gagged full time until we can actually get something to properly keep his abilities in check. Just so that you're aware, I don't think there's a way that we can keep this kid and not have it be uncomfortable. Not without significant risk.
The UN Court of Human Rights will get involved if we imprison him for too long.
I mean, you're a nation in and unto yourselves. You don't really answer for that. There isn't a Geneva Convention in this world.
Thank goodness! Lock him up. Take off his
And
hands.
even if there was, you didn't sign shit.
We don't believe in rules.
Just so that you're aware, because you seem to not want to kill this kid, so I'm assuming you also don't want to treat him more cruelly than you need to.
Yeah.
I don't think that there is a way that we can keep him without risk, without at least keeping him bound and gagged at all times. At least for a week or so. Until more specialized equipment arrives.
How long will it take for the equipment to arrive?
About a week.
Hey! Zoltar, can you help?
Give me a second. Let me see what Zoltar can actually do. Nope. Zoltar says, I could be present, and if he tried to cast a spell, I could try and interrupt it. And, like, I think I'm stronger than this kid. I could probably successfully interrupt it. But, like, it would mean I would have to just stay there and watch him full time.
That's babysitting.
Could we, could I cast Reduce on him?
That will only last for a while.
Oh.
Yeah, you can make him small.
Yeah, that won't help.
Make him small and peewee.
And then put him in a jar.
Not
In a
that
bag of
small.
holding.
Like
No, no,
Oh, yeah.
we are not
No, we're
doing
gonna
that.
suffocate him.
No,
You would make him halfling-sized if you cast Reduce on him, by the way.
we are not putting him in a glass jar. You fucking freaks.
How big is the opening to the bag of holding?
Small
Not
enough that a halfling could squeeze in, but remember people suffocate in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay, I can create a demi-plane if we want to send him somewhere else.
Can we put him in Matt's hut?
Yeah, I was thinking, hut. My goddamn pub, you asshole.
What's the name of the spell?
He's been demoted.
It's actually his magnificent mansion,
It's a mansion, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like
but it's a pub.
someone's special hut.
There's a spell called Learman's Tiny Hut, which Matt
Oh.
used to use, but this is a
Yeah.
stronger version of it.
Yeah,
I don't think so, honestly, because I'm pretty sure I have to be cast. I've had to cast a spell, and it has to stay around.
I think Matt
Is that
has to
right?
be there. Or inside.
So, to actually pull up the spell, the duration is 24 hours, so you would have to cast it every day.
Yeah, I tried to
Can our
get up the
wizard boy do
spell,
it?
but my Chrome crashed instead. So
So, basically, it's you spend 1 minute casting the spell, and then the mansion will remain there for 24 hours.
Can our wizard boy do it? He's doing something every 24 hours.
Unfortunately, such magics are beneath me. Behold! And he casts a Thaumaturgy cantrip and makes his eyes flash various colours. Yeah, this guy is, he's not, like, good. He can cast Teleportation Circle, and he can do cantrips.
So this guy at Wizard School of Wizard Dynamics, he got a third.
Basically. He went to a trade school, actually. Like, he just learned how to do this one thing because that's his trade.
It's like building scaffolding.
Yeah,
Wow,
he didn't
impressive.
become a general purpose, like, wizard. He just learned how to do this spell. He probably does have a couple of other low-level spells, but nothing useful. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, you could throw him in the pub.
No, because we want to be able to go away and do things.
no, it's and it also means that I'm having to sacrifice a spell slot for the day, basically every
It's a
day.
7th
Quite a
level
high level
spell.
one. Yeah.
And does Matt have to? Does Erlen need to be in the hut?
No, I don't think so. It just lasts 24 hours.
Yep.
But that also means he could, in theory, like leave as well,
Yeah,
unless I just closed it. But I think that would kill him probably.
It just kicks him out if you make the door disappear.
If
It,
if Matt lost concentration, if Erlan lost concentration on the spell, like from external forces, what would happen?
you don't need to concentrate on that spell. If Matt got rid of the spell intentionally before the 24 hours are up, or if he was still in there when the 24 hours were up, he would just get ejected to the nearest space to where it was originally cast.
Right. I say we just give him a nice cell. Give him some good bread, nice potatoes. Remove the eye from his hand every few hours.
Make him work for El Chiquios.
No,
Oh,
too close to all my precious information. Get him working on the farm. He could be a farm hand. He can't see out of his third eye, can he?
Right now, he doesn't have one.
I mean, like normally, he couldn't just like pop his hand around a door.
You don't know.
We don't know the full
The cultists of Zernas do seem to have supernatural perception normally, so the third eye clearly gives them some sort of benefit.
What do you reckon, guys? Temporarily imprison him? I mean, it's the best we could do, really, because we don't want to kill him.
No.
Because
I think we
he
just
has useful
do.
information.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we just do the best thing we can do for the first week is we just have Zoltar basically watch him and make sure he doesn't do any funny shit.
Okay. And you're just gonna like put him in the dungeons.
What else? Where else can we put him? Really, it's probably the best place for him.
Okay. Zoltar says, like, I can go a few days without sleeping. At some point, I'm going to need to, especially if I keep having to like cast spells to stop him from doing anything.
In the meantime, we'll have the magic suit ordered.
Okay. The Captain Rurik will explain to you the different possibilities. So the cheapest option is Mage Binding Armor, which takes advantage of a quirk in the way that when the Goddess of Magic, Mithras, enforced rules upon magic after the Calamity in order to make it easier to control, there was a certain quirk in the rule set in that when wearing particularly cumbersome armor, it is impossible for a spellcaster to cast spells. So, as a result, probably the easiest way of binding a spellcaster is to put them in a set of armor that was designed to be pretty much impossible to move freely in. Like, you can get around and be a functional human being, but it is too cumbersome to allow you to cast spells. That would be Mage Binding Armor. Otherwise, slightly more expensive would be like magic dampening gear. Like you can get like manacles or a circlet or a bracelet or something that will dampen someone's ability to use magic. Basically limiting them to only being able to do cantrips.
Okay. So, which one do we want, guys?
All of them.
I will say that it's like a difference of 100 gold versus 500 gold.
I mean, will he look like Drake from... Sorry.
Why are you worried about how he's going to look?
No, I mean, like, I was... like the... what's that game called? But Roblox. Will it look like Roblox? Drake.
I was thinking more something along the lines of like extremely like heavy and cumbersome, like how to put this. None of you guys read Berserk, but I was going to say like Griffith's armor when he gets captured in that, but more like a metal shell than it is like an actual suit of armor. Like you can't take it on and off by yourself.
Shall we just go with that then?
Yeah.
Yeah, big heavy armor.
It's not comfortable. It's better than being bound and gagged. In fact, it's specifically designed to be uncomfortable.
So I will do a load of horrid things to a bunch of people and then invent the Geneva Convention.
Jesus.
Exactly.
And basically, this was designed as a cheap way of binding wizards in order to prevent them from just immediately breaking out of prison cells.
Rogue wizards.
Yeah. Because there's enough adventurers out there who can at least cast, like, a second level Misty Step and just vanish out of the bars. And be like, fuck you, I'm gone! Enough that there is a demand for a way to actually deal with that. So, it takes 1 hour for your new guest to come to consciousness if you did want to question him. He is currently locked up in his cell.
Who's gonna get the armor? The mage binding armor?
Well, I mean, like, it's being bought and it will be sent over from Duskwatch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I guess it'd probably be in the outside on the opposite side of the ship of the.
I suppose there's nothing really stopping, like, Hierarchin from teleporting over and buying some.
How long is it going to take to get here?
No. You go and teleport, so it's instant basically.
You got a teleportation circle.
No, it's teleportation circle. Just teleport.
You mean use my magic teleport ability to go and get it?
Teleport there and teleport back. You've been to both. You've got both locations. You can use it twice, so it's fine. It'd literally be like at most an hour.
Sure, let's do that then. Save waiting around.
Exactly.
It just occurred to me.
Are you not going to let me do it?
No, you don't. There's you have a teleportation circle that you have access to in Duskwatch. You are able to teleport home. You are known enough in Duskwatch that, like, you could say, "Hey, I'm here to procure some magical binding armor.
Don't question
Here
it.
is 100 gold." And Duskwatch, like, even though it's like a controlled thing, they will sell it to you.
If you don't shout on guard as you teleport there, then I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you do get shot on the way in if you don't send a sending spell ahead of time.
I'll have to buy 2 pairs of armor just so I can wear one when I'm teleported.
Or like you just sent the sending spell.
It's alright, I'll do sending.
Someone needs to let them know I'm arriving then.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point you've been given a list of names, and so, like, Rob can just, or Ott can just consult his list and be like, I ask for Duskwatch, I need to speak to George Spellman.
Spellman.
Instead of George Foreman.
They're all called George Spellman, by the way, but there's a different number after each one.
George Spellman 1.
Well, no, they're all called Spellman. It's like Frank Spellman, George Spellman, John Spellman.
Not in any way related.
Are they? I was just going to say, are they related at all?
Yeah, it's like Nurse Joy. There's like a Nurse Joy in every town. There's a Spellman in every town. They're all brothers.
Okay, let Spellman know I'm on my way.
Okay. And you teleport in. You go to the keep whose name I forget, and you speak to the captain of the guard whose name I forget, and you buy some spellbinding armor, mage binding armor. Then you teleport back home, and you are holding.
That was fast.
It takes you like half an hour. And you are now holding a very heavy set of armor. And also, like, I say it's armor. It's not like it would actually protect you from attacks. It's not like it doesn't cover your vital organs at all. It just is extremely heavy and makes movement cumbersome.
Logan, I have a question. If the armor was so heavy for Hierarchin to pick up, then how was he able to teleport back to?
Because he's not wearing it.
Hierarchin?
It is. So it's okay.
I don't
To
think
break
teleporting
RP
takes
for
weight
a
into account
second.
either.
To break RP for a second, the way this armor works is you cannot cast a spell if you are wearing armor you're not proficient with. This is armor that is so cumbersome that no one can ever be proficient in it. Therefore, it stops anyone from casting spells.
Huh.
So someone will learn.
Fun way of knocking out wizards, right?
Yeah, just pop a chest plate on him.
Yeah. My in-universe excuse for it is that it is when Mithras was remaking the laws of magic after the calamity. It's one of these weird oversights that she put in.
Is it a gravity spell? Would that be the same?
It just makes movement like it's got like really constrained around like all of your joints and points of movement, so it's just like hard to move in. It is heavy as well, but like even if you cast like levitation on something or on yourself to make yourself like weightless, it would still be hard to move in regardless of the weight. And you just cannot be proficient in this. That's the way it works. But you can hold it and not be wearing it and still be able to cast spells just fine. So Hierarchan can come back. You put the extremely cumbersome armor on the teenager. He swears at you a lot. And now he can no longer cast magic.
We say it's for your own good, but mainly our own good.
Do we give him chicken?
I was just going to say,
yeah,
we
you
give
can
him-
have a bucket of cold chicken wings, but from the good line. I don't know what a good line of chicken wings in KFC is, but the equivalent in Eldritch Mino. Free of charge.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Premium
have to pay
chicken.
for his imprisonment.
He swears at you some more and tells you to just kill him already.
No, we don't need to kill you. Why would we? Do you have family? I think they'd rather you be alive.
He considers for a second and then just says, like, I ain't telling you nothing.
Okay, enjoy the
You
chicken.
can torture me as much as you want. I won't say a word.
Enjoy the chicken.
I like how rough your
Yeah.
line against
Art
suicide
is
was,
literally
"You have
just
family,
like
don't you?"
giving this guy
Yeah.
chicken. Like, there is no hostility here
He's
from
on
Art.
his
This
back.
guy just
He can't stand up because there's massive.
Are you
chest
force
plate.
feeding him?
Enjoy the fucking chicken, idiot. Dream.
it's like he can eat, but it's like a real struggle to do
It's
so.
just like trying to
Yeah.
reach around to his mouth.
Like crab claws. It takes him really long to do, and like the gloves get really like greasy.
That doesn't make it
drops some
easy
of the
for him to
chicken on
move,
the
does
floor.
it?
No,
Grease from the chicken now.
no, it just makes it so that he drops stuff easier.
I can imagine he starts trying to devise a way that he can just like flick the chicken into his mouth. Oh.
I think in the end he just like bends over and just like face plants into the chicken and
Eats
starts
off the
eating it.
floor.
He's that hungry, huh?
No, but like he drops a piece of chicken on the floor. I'm assuming you've like got him a bucket.
Yeah, it's in a bargain bucket.
Yeah.
Premium bargain bucket.
He's like, this chicken isn't even good.
I mean,
Take
it was
that
cold.
back.
Cold.
I mean, someone walked it. We sent someone to go fetch that for you. You know, we don't have motorcycles here. They don't exist. You know, think of how long it takes for
It's
someone
like
to transport it across this
lukewarm
island.
chicken.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even use like a carriage or anything. They just walked.
Yeah.
Our roads aren't really that good yet.
I wasn't going to waste Hayarkin's teleportation on just getting you chicken.
It's already been used up now.
Yeah.
You gotta wait a day.
Fine, we'll heat it up.
You kill the boy.
It's a joke. Non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal
You
fireball.
scorch the boy to within an inch of his life.
It's fine, the other eye's gone.
Okay.
Sorry, carry
I'm
on.
assuming you do not cast fireball
No, I
on
don't.
the teenager.
I'll stop
I mean,
taking away from
like,
your,
At this point, if you wanted to question him, he is at your mercy. So
I want to try, but unfortunately, my Chrome just keeps fucking crashing.
At this point, while we're here, Yolia goes down to make sure to give him like for a meal whenever she's in the keep and stuff like that. We'll
Mm-hmm.
go and give him a meal and just talk to him, and it'd just be like general chatter.
He is extremely hostile and basically just like is trying to bait you into a fight at any given moment. Like, it's immediately very clear that he has some sort of just like immediate bias against seeing any of you guys and like refuses to even try to befriend you.
Right. Because of the title of the episode, I'm going to bait Logan's planning. Can we leave the rock in the cell nearby to him so he has bad nightmares? Maybe he'll like be whimpered by that.
So what? Leave the rock like in an adjacent cell so that he can see it somewhere.
Yeah, well, he can see it, but he can't access it. But it gives him nightmares. I don't know.
He's like, that's not for me, right? That's for you. It's so that you can speak to him.
Why do we want to speak to him?
I thought it was Nightmare Rock.
I mean, he speaks to you in dreams, yeah, but like it's.
Has he said anything to you?
He sent me here to give you that rock because he wants to speak to you.
40 minutes later. Okay. Should we talk to him? What do
You
reckon,
guys immediately tackled me and ripped like part of my hand out, alright?
I point out the fact that it was either that or we didn't know exactly what you were going to do, and you could have just turned into a eye monster. So
I might still do it. You don't know.
You're not-
He dropped some chicken on the floor.
Ott's not gonna
we'll find a
him.
way to
He's
cut the connection between you and Zenas.
It's like, great. You might as well just kill me. Look, you cut the connection. I'll reestablish it. I did it once. I'll do it again.
What was the reason for the connection in the first place?
Make an insight check for me.
Roll
Say
high.
edgy teenager.
I have no idea, Logan. I rolled a 5.
He gets a look on his face, and you think he may have farted.
He shit himself, didn't he?
That is how you register whatever the expression that passed across his face was.
Wait,
And he says like something really dismissive, like, you wouldn't understand.
As I turn around and say, understand giving up nearly half of my lifespan just so I can save a friend.
He would say, oh, looky you. Make another insight check for me.
Can't Erland do like charm person or something?
15 this time.
Okay. You see whatever, like, for a moment you almost broke through to him, and then, like, he's kind of come back to himself, and now he's just trying to bait you into a fight.
Charm person, Matt?
Could you roll it for me? Can someone roll it for me?
If you tell me what you want to do, I can do it for you, Matt.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down, join him, bottle of wine, and I'm gonna send a glass over. I'm gonna sit at the other side of the thingy, and I'm gonna wait for him to talk.
He looks at the glass, looks at his, like, clawed hands, and is like, is this like some sort of fucked up torture? Is this like a good cop, bad cop thing, or what?
Can I bring out an obnoxiously big silly straw and place it in his glass for him so he can drink out of it?
He drinks some of the wine. Is it like nice, or
He's getting, he's getting the swill. I'm not gonna give him something too good.
I mean, he
Not from the
seems to
cellar.
stomach it. It seems like this kid has drank bad wine before and
Good.
has gotten used to the taste.
Seems
And,
Okay, that's my job done. We know he likes wine. Okay.
he goes, "That was awful.
Try
Yeah,
charm
I've
person.
Yeah. Did I cast charm person?
if that's what you want to do, there's a saving
Yeah,
throw for
yeah.
it that he needs to roll, isn't there?
I believe
Let me
so.
just put the spell. Charm person. It is a wisdom saving throw. Okay. Well, he gets an 11.
Okay.
Not
He
to fail.
fails. He will now consider you to be friendly and regard you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, he will know that it has been cast on him.
Okay. Let's go ahead with it.
He looks at you having finished this class and goes, "You're not so bad. You're not like these other fate touched guys, right? You're not fate touched."
I'm literally not fate touched.
He goes, "But you're from this world. You understand, right? These guys, they came here and they were within weeks they were rubbing shoulders with the elites, right?
Yeah. I've got
it
you.
wasn't the same for us.
No. I get what you're going at. Yeah, I think I do. I mean, mano. Why'd you bring that rock? Why'd you bring that rock here? Feels
I was told
like,
to. That's literally I'm not lying to you when I say Zernas wants to talk to you guys, and the rock is just a way of doing that.
I think we just gotta talk to Zernas, guys.
Why does he want us to do that?
I mean, hopefully he wants to kill you all, in your dreams. I don't know if he can. Well, he's never done it to me.
How many of you are left?
Oh, the cult? God knows. I don't know. He did not send anyone who he thought would be, dangerous to fall into your hands to this place. I am just a loyal, disposable dude.
So, you want to die?
I came here ready to die. I'd really like to leave this place and never speak to you again. Looking at how long this spell lasts for. 1 second. 1 hour. Alright, cool.
We're here for the long term, boys. Any other useful questions I could ask?
Ask him about his hometown. Come on, you got a full hour.
I was going to say, try and get into basically.
I mean,
Why would he join the cult?
if you're just trying to get this kid's backstory, just make a persuasion check for me. I'm not going to
Okay.
make you pull teeth.
Would you mind rolling me a persuasion
Sure.
check?
Are you sure you want me to do it with my dice rolls?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
You can remember all my modifiers.
I can just do it via Roll20. Persuasion.
Yeah, you should be able to.
With expertise, you have a plus 15. Oh boy.
Wow, not 20.
Not 20, baby.
Yes.
Okay, so you get the kid's backstory. Essentially, he was an abandoned, orphaned urchin on the streets of the Citadel of the Land. And, he basically, overlooked in a low-income neighborhood and was, just sort of left to rot and die. And right at the moment when he was about to, starve, essentially, Zernas reached out to him and offered him power. So he has spent the last 6 months getting revenge on everyone who ever wronged him, and stealing and lying and doing exactly as he pleases. And the reason he was so willing to come here and die is he feels like he should have already died a while ago. And this has just been a bonus for him. But this is very much, I think, from you actually being a social enough person and him opening up to you. This feels very much like Zernas is preying on the vulnerable. Like, he finds someone who is desperate and will, like, be their only friend, and then they'll do anything for him.
True cult.
And, you know,
Okay.
kind of helps that he is an omnipotent deific being.
So this guy realistically has no attachment to like the cult, just purely the power he has, and he gets to just go roam around and do stuff.
This kid has murdered people, alright? I'm not
Yeah,
going
of
to
course.
sugarcoat
Yeah,
it.
of course
Like,
he is. Yeah, of course he has.
he gets told to do stuff, and he willingly does that stuff, and he doesn't really care about it, because he is just like a really resentful kid, and he's resentful for good reason. But
Feels like he's been a victim himself.
yeah, like, he is very happy to, like, Xenas says, okay, I want you to kill this person, and he just fucking Eldritch blasts them. Or, okay, I want you to deliver this rock to the Fate Touched, they're probably going to kill you, and he goes, okay, sure, I've had a good 6 months out of it. I was meant to die anyway.
We just chuck him off the island.
No.
We wouldn't try and stop you. By the way,
Yeah, but we can.
he
Oh,
is
we can have a
going
cool
to
plank.
hate your guts in about 20 minutes' time when this
Yeah.
spell wears off.
All I'm saying is, it would be really cool to have a big plank. We could make people just like walk off the edge, you know?
That is horrific.
Badass.
You guys keep making jokes about the Flesh Golem factory. We can't talk about horrific at this point.
I'm not
Last
the one
session you were
making them
talking
jokes.
about getting into
I
the
feel like it's
arms
just me
trade
that
and being
keeps bringing
fantasy
that up.
America.
I forgot that was a thing.
You are a world superpower at this point.
0-0.
Indeed.
I think we just may as well just go speak to Xenas. So I don't think there's anything we're going to get out this guy.
I was going to say, at this point,
But
yeah.
what are we gonna do with him? Because are we just gonna keep him here?
Yeah.
Or
We'll
Why
find
not?
a way to...
I feel like
Remove
keeping
the
a really
attraction.
resentful, angry man right next to us in a cell, right in the middle of our home territory, is probably not a good idea. And if we just let him go, he'll kind of just fuck off.
Have we wronged him? I mean, we hurt his hand, so would he come back and hurt our
Well, he doesn't really
hands?
hate us like for things we have personally done to him. He just doesn't
Right.
like you guys because you're fate touched.
We haven't
And
killed
That's
him.
purely it.
It's pure jealousy. It is
He's
purely
extremely
Yeah.
jealous of you guys
Yeah.
having it better than him.
Yeah, but
He hates Yolya for ripping the eye out of his hand, but, like, he's had a lot of bad things done to him. He'll get over it.
yeah, I feel like if we just fuck him off somewhere, is there any way we can do that?
He tells you, like, look, stick me on a ship back to Duskwatch, I'll leave. I'll call it a free win, and I'll rejoin the cult, and hopefully never see you again. If I
hope
see
if-
you, I'll kill you all.
I hope if
Yeah, I
hope
think
we
that's
see
a
him.
fair deal. I think that's a fair deal.
No.
Well, you just go join the cult and then we kill him later. He's either dead now or dead later.
Yeah, but if we kill him
And
now,
it's kind of
that's
better-
like him unarmed.
Or...
But
And who's going to do it? All right,
Or-
which one of you is
Hold on,
going to
hold on,
blast
hold on.
this guy?
Okay, or we give him a better deal.
give him some money?
Wait,
What sort
what?
of deal?
He's a kid. He's not had anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
Give him a purpose.
give him a purpose in life. Yeah, exactly.
Here, be my
Go
farm.
live in our
hand.
shanty town. Yeah, I bet you're going to love that, mate.
You can work with the farmers who have no farm.
They're building one.
We'll put you
But-
below the sky
But
where it's
basically,
all dark.
we could
They're
basically
not like
stare at
just
the
sat
farm.
around looking at the ground, be like, I wonder when a farm is going to suddenly appear in front of us.
They're trying to plant seeds and brick.
Yeah.
yeah, but we basically help give him an actual life. You know, when we say like if he gets rid of his establishment with his connection to Xenas and he fully gets rid of that, we'll help him.
I don't think he has an option. I think he has it.
It's
until
something
it's
that
gone.
maybe you guys could learn how to do, though.
Exactly, and we take that, we remove that from him, and then from there, we go to
Get Elchik Mina to do
and
some research. for us.
basically,
Join the cult of Hierarchin.
well,
Okay.
not
Well,
the total-
Minos could absolutely look into that.
yeah, and then basically from there we help try and rehabilitate him into the kingdom of the higher kingdom, and help give him a purpose in life, and try and make him see, like, it's never all bad, and that we're not going to take advantage of him just because he's in a really bad
Complication
situation.
with that is that guy will happily murder any of us, and has probably been off the hinge for a good while.
Said 6 months.
Been 6 months.
Wild 6 months he's had.
6 months. 6 months as a 15-year-old, he's got plenty of time to learn, and
I don't
Game
agree
Boy.
with it. I think we should fuck him off, but if we're not going to kill him, if that's what you guys want to go for, I'll support it.
Well, either way, it would be good to learn how to release them from Xernas, and well,
Yeah, in case
Remember,
you
these
need to do
people-
it for
leave
someone.
the island.
Yeah,
I was
very
just gonna
good
say-
point, actually.
Yeah, remember this. Not just that, we also need to. A lot of these people that Xernas has taken are victims themselves, even if they've done bad things. Yeah, some
You
people
have
are just.
seen a running theme in a lot of the cultists you've actually spoken to, is like they are outcasts or criminals or people like this kid. It seems like Xernas is recruiting from the easiest possible pools.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay, you convinced me. Yeah.
In the end, he's like, he's only done these things because he was given power, and he wasn't given guidance. He was just given power. There's still time for him to learn. Jesus Christ, Sarah, are you insane?
What?
Killed
What did she say?
Make him a eunuch?
Jeez. Geld this kid for no reason.
Poor fucker.
I don't know. Like, Matt wants blood.
No blood. I just said let's fuck him off. Just send him on that
I mean,
ship back to Duskwatch.
The easiest
You
solutions
said
are to
throw
either
him off
kill
the
him or
island.
let him go.
Well, that's
the-
originally what I was arguing, but
High road is to try and rehabilitate this kid.
In the end,
either way, he's not dying, or at least yet.
well, I was just going to say in the end that a lot of this comes down from Yolya's more, I guess, motherly instinctive, like, this kid's not had a future, and now I want to give him one, because he is definitely looking at just trying to get out and take the easy road, because he was given the easy path.
Right, we'll do that then.
Okay.
And
There was
basically
an
just
agreement.
show to improve to him, like, that the difficult path is there. It's difficult, but it will be more rewarding in the end.
You guys are going to have to try and look into a way of breaking a Warlock's pact with their patron. I think, like, at this point, you know what that is. You know that historically, or like in stories, it is something that has happened. Like, people make deals with the devil and then, it goes badly one way or the other. So, you know that it is possible to break a pact. You're going to have to look into how to do it. In the meantime, the kid still is not being allowed to roam free.
No, until the pact is removed, so he can't cast spells, and he's not, and he's still put under supervision, watch from guards 24/7, basically, just to ensure nothing bad happens.
So
to him.
is he being left in the dungeon, or is this more of like a house arrest?
He'll be in the dungeon, but like still under watch, basically.
Okay.
And
Well-
again, as I said, Yoya will go down at meal times and give him food and drink and sit
Mhm.
and just talk to him pleasantly, and just continue to keep doing that,
Okay.
and just try and make him understand, like, I did something painful, and in the end, sometimes doing something painful is is the way you need to be able to get to a better place.
what I will say is, it is now 10 o'clock, guys.
Yes.
So,
On that good note,
yeah. Might change the title of this episode, since we didn't get to the unpleasant dreams.
Jokes
I
on
know,
You
might
were
you,
be
Logan.
trying
able
to.
be,
You were trying to get there.
It's fine. We'll get there.
Jokes on you, Logan. It's baked into the streamed title, so.
Damn it.
I'm very sorry. I will have to go quite quickly.
Yeah. Nice
Oh,
coming
but,
online, Matt.
The
well, it was
question
nice
will
chatting
be,
to you.
we could start like the next session with the sleep. So who's going to go to sleep with it next to them?
I'll do it. Why not? Unless
You want
everyone
to?
else wants to. Yeah.
No, go
You
ahead.
go for it.
Cool.
All right then.
Right.
So 190.
Go for a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Good
See you
game, everyone.
guys.
It was
Have
Draw.
fun.